Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Hellboy. I'm going to start by saying, actually real quick, so I'm also going to be writing a review for this film for Sift Pop, so go check that out. Shameless plugs for me. But jumping into this film, I love the Guillermo del Toro Hellboy movies. I'm so sad we're not going to get the third one, ending Guillermo's trilogy. I really miss Ron Perlman. Love those films, super underappreciated in their times of release. And they didn't make enough money, and that's why they decided to go in a different direction and wanted to make a truer to the comics, hard R, Hellboy. That's going to be the last I'm going to talk about those movies, because I do want to talk about this in terms of its own merit. And I'm really going to start with the things that I do like. Because, not going to lie, there's going to be a lot of things that I don't. David Harbour really is convincing to me as Hellboy, and I do really appreciate what he does in the film. I would want to see him as Hellboy again, just in a different movie. But I do really like him. I think he brings a lot of charisma, and this role did work for him. The mythology that they put into this, there's a lot of cool ideas in it. A lot of cool ideas. Way too many in one movie and mishandled, but there's a lot of cool ideas. The creature designs are really cool, and it's interesting seeing all these grotesque beasts and creatures. And there are some scenes that were really creepy and did bring that sense of wonder. I'm like, this is a really cool world that we're lost in here. I have to say, each scene in this film had something that worked, which makes it even harder for me because then it just turns into a train wreck. From the opening exposition dump of an intro that has horrible acting, horrible editing, and just wooden dialogue, and just badly put together. I just turned to my girlfriend, I'm just like, this is gonna be bad. And it was bad. What's so frustrating is they have so many cool ideas that are so rushed and obnoxiously covered in flashbacks that are so poorly put together, so rushed. They waste so many good characters and ideas on just throwaway backstory scenes. The CGI is really hit or miss. There's particular scenes with giants that they just look so fake and bad. But their designs are cool. But like how they're executed on screen just don't work. And I have to say, Neil Marshall, who is an alum of Game of Thrones, sorry, you're in Alan Taylor territory now, because it's like these big budget movies just didn't work out. There's two particular scenes. I mentioned the giant fight, and there's one other scene that the action's all shot in one shot basically, and they're so cool, and I loved it. And I'm like, why the hell's all the other sequences in this film where there's action choppily edited together and really badly put together, and why? I got so frustrated. I'm just like, why would you do that? Why didn't you just put the same whatever. I'm just like, it's wasted. The story has so much stuff in it that it's just like, why can't you just focus on one thing and build into other stories? And I forgot to mention, Ian McShane's great, as he is in like everything. And then the rest of the supporting cast, like Sasha Lane's wasted, Daniel Day Kim's wasted, Brian Gleason's wasted. Mila Jovovich is just bad. Honestly. She's so wooden. Her acting's not convincing at all. And I'm just like, why are you in this movie? Like, at least, say like with the kid who would be king, in that film, Rebecca Ferguson hams it up a little bit and shows some energy, and she's a little creepy. There's no real substance to that character with Morgana, nor are there with the Red and the Blood Queen in this film. But it's like, could at least got somebody who could at least seem like they're having fun chewing scenery or actually feel like they're alive. And it's just, this film's a hot mess. And the dialogue seems like, let's throw as many F-bombs as possible and curse words in this movie on a first go-around and never look at the script ever again and then just shoot with it. Because nothing's clever, nothing's smart. They could have thought of so many more impressive like zingers and one-liners to throw at each other. Everything just feels so like thrown in there. and uninspired. And then the gore. I understand they try to make this more to the comics, which I'm going to go off a quick tangent here. How many people are like, Deadpool won't work not rated R? You have to be true to the comics. You can't have a good movie without it being rated R. Deadpool should be rated R. I'm going to say it. The other Deadpool movies are PG-13s and they're great films. This is rated R and is crap. It's a bad movie. Just because you made it true to the comics, because it's super bloody and curses all the time, there's one scene where it just kept going on, and people just exploding into the screen and just this bad CGI blood getting thrown at the screen. It's just like, no, this not working. And overall, this film's a real big disappointment. I was so sad, especially when the reviews started coming out. I'm like, oh no. And then I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I agree. This isn't a good movie. And it's really disappointing. But if you thought that this film was great and you really enjoyed it, tell me your thoughts. Let's talk. And comment below. And let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer. And go check out my review coming tomorrow morning on Sif Pop as well.